Weirdos. It's Thursday again. My name is Mackenzie, and I'm joined, as always, by...
I'm Chris.
And I'm Sarah.
And this podcast is for Weirdos.
What are we talking about, Mackenzie?
So today we're talking about a paranormal case.
Oh.
It's actually, well, first, before I get started, happy birthday, Christopher.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
A week late.
A week late.
So we record a long time in advance. So for us, his birthday is still 10 days away. But for you guys, his birthday was a week ago and 2 days. But last time we recorded, we forgot that the episode that was the animal industries episode was his birthday.
Yeah.
So happy birthday.
Happy
How's it
birthday
feel
is
to be
my
26?
birthday.
You don't know yet.
I don't know yet because I'm not there yet.
How do you, we will have celebrated your birthday. We will have done our birthday experience for you by this point.
Are you?
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
we're doing it the weekend after your birthday. So this is the Thursday after that.
How do
Got
you
it.
think we did?
Do you think it was fun?
I think we did it. I
Do
think
you
we made
did
it.
Do you think
we
we had
made
a fun
it?
time?
Yeah, because we're doing an escape room, but it's a fancy escape room.
We
It's a
are.
fancy, fun escape room.
People
We've
are gonna be
decided
like,
that the birthday
what do you
is
mean
this
you
time
don't
our
know
escape
how it
room.
went? We're August 2nd.
Again, we haven't done it yet.
It's 15
It's happening
days.
in 15 days for us. His birthday is in 10. His birthday celebration is in 15
Yeah.
because his birthday's on a Tuesday.
Yep.
But we're
I have
really
to go to work that day.
That sucks.
That's such a bummer.
Big bummer.
Happy birthday. We love you so much.
We love this boy.
Thanks.
Another year older, another year wiser, another year weirder. All right, what are we talking about? After saying happy birthday and thank you for being alive. Hey, Jonna, thanks for making that kid.
Thanks.
We appreciate him.
Okay, we're talking about this episode actually comes out on the 70th anniversary of this case happening.
Oh.
We love a planned anniversary episode.
It's almost like we thought about this ahead of
Crazy.
A little bit.
We are talking about the Hopkinsville Goblins,
Ooh.
which is a personally loved case by the three of us. So
Yeah.
it's actually kind of crazy. And not only is this the 70th anniversary, today is our 50th episode.
Holy shit.
Guys, one, it's crazy that we've made it to 50 episodes.
We're almost to a year. We will have a shout out on the It's been a year
Yeah.
episode.
But this is episode 50, and I am really proud that we made it, and I'm really excited to do this case as our 50th episode.
Yeah.
Because it's
It's a
one
twofer.
it's one that kind of brought us, because of Hellier, then brought us
Yep.
together, like solidified our friend group in
Yeah.
a way.
Yep.
So it felt right
Yep.
to put this where it is.
50. It's a 50th. It's a
This-
birthday. It's the anniversary of the
Anniversary.
event.
So this case actually goes by a couple of different names.
Oh.
Hopkinsville Goblins is what it's kind of colloquially known as, but the actual case themselves, like when it was written in newspapers and stuff, it's called the Kelly-Hopkinsville Encounter,
Yeah.
Oh.
the Hopkinsville Goblin Case, or the Kelly Green Man Case, because it happened in where it was between two very small towns. So
Yeah.
it was
Kelly
like
and
Kelly
Hopkinsville.
Hopkinsville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is kind of the area that it's known for.
That's what I before Hellier, I knew this as the Kelly-Hopkinsville Goblins case. Like it was
Yeah.
all of those words smooshed together.
Yeah.
Or like Kelly-Hopkinsville Goblin Incident, I think
Yeah.
is what I'd heard it called.
You know, because like I've heard Kelly-Hopkinsville. I don't think I'd ever heard them called the Green Man, though.
So, before I get into the details, what do you know about this case?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, because I feel like I probably know the least.
Okay.
That's fair.
Just in general.
That's fair.
Because I think what I know is obviously happened in between Kelly and Hopkinsville
Do you
in
know
Kentucky.
What,
Wow.
Okay, I was like, do you remember the state that it happened in?
Kentucky.
Good job.
I know there were little green men, little green alien
Okay. Kind of, yeah.
goblin-esque little
Goblinoids.
humanoid creatures.
Yes.
Little guys.
That were seen in the area, and like I have information that from like the Hellier case that I'm like, I don't know if it's necessarily just from the Hellier case or it's from both of them.
Got it. Yeah, absolutely. I understand.
But I think it also happened in like the 50s, right?
Yes.
I was like, it happened earlier than.
Believe it or not, it happened in 55 since this is the 70th anniversary.
Yeah.
It's like a tiny bit of math.
I can't do
Look,
math.
we have liberal arts degrees. I
Yep.
can't expect this of you.
You can't expect it of me. It is my job to do math, unfortunately.
It's also
Yeah.
not hard math.
It's not hard math. What do you know? Is that all you know?
I think so.
Okay. For right now, at least until something sparks in your little brain.
Yeah, until my brain like wakes up and starts jogging and is like, oh, I remember.
Right.
I feel like I have like a weird, vague knowledge of a lot of the stuff in this case, but it's one of those things that I can't pull any details
That's fair.
Yeah.
out of my brain because I have been. It's one of those like. It's been at the periphery of a lot of other things that I've looked into, and it's like in this, and I'm like, I should look at that at some point, and then never looked at it specifically.
Yeah.
So it's like I know where it happened. I know it's in Kentucky. I know that it's like little little weird critters.
I think I think the people who saw them were like farmers too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a farm
Yeah.
family that it
Yeah.
happened on like a farm.
A farm.
One weird thing that I've always like in my brain kind of associated with it is in Back to the Future. This is so insane, but like when he goes back in time and crashes into the barn and then comes out and then is in like the suit that he was wearing to take care of the plutonium, he gets shot at by some farmers, and I'm like, oh, it's like the Hopkinsville case.
correct.
Like my brain like associates that scene in Back to the Future with this case because
That's what they're referencing.
yeah, they're referencing that thing because he's like an alien and he does like go play metal music into his dad's ears and say that he's Luke Skywalker or whatever.
Hell yeah.
But I know where it is. I again, it's like little details you'll say and I'll be like, yeah, that I remember when you say them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not a memory that I have stored in any one location. Like if I think of my brain as like a computer with a bunch of folders, I have like Roswell and Area 51 and like all these other alien tangential cases, and in all of those files there's a little fragment of detail about Hopkinsville.
Yeah.
There's not a Hopkinsville folder
Yeah.
yet.
It's periphery. It's
Yeah.
It's a reference, but it's not
Yeah. And like
its own file.
like I have Roswell, Area 51, Hellier, like all of those things, and in
Yeah.
each of them there's like, oh, there's this tidbit, and Back to the Future apparently there's this tidbit about the case, and then there's this tidbit, and there's this tidbit, and there's this tidbit. So I'm gonna learn a lot, I'm sure, because you brought a binder.
I did
Yeah.
bring a binder.
Mackenzie brought a binder.
You know what you can't see on camera, or if you're just listening to audio, there's a huge binder in the
Mackenzie's
room with us.
has a 3-inch 3-ring binder. Now the 3-inch is too big for what it is, but we're gonna
Yeah.
add more to it.
I'm hoping to make this binder like our kind of alien case file
Yeah.
binder. Anyway, the events of this case do take place August 21st to 22nd of 1955.
Wow.
It happens overnight, which is why it includes the early morning of the 22nd. Majority of the events happen late night of the 21st.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Which is why it's coming out today. So it is the Sutton and Taylor families are the affected families in this case. It is a mix of adults and children. It's reported to be about a dozen people that were witness to this encounter.
Wow.
So many.
Which is a lot for the 50s.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
Similar to like when we talked about the aerial school, and it was like it's a lot. That
was a
lot of people.
Yeah.
But like 12 is still a lot
12
of
is
people.
still a lot of people for an encounter like this. Again,
Right.
most UFO encounters that we talk about are maybe 2 or 3 people.
Especially since it's so rural.
Yes.
Like it's not like in a city. It's surprising that there are so many people
Yeah.
because it's like everyone on one property just happens to be 12 people. Like it's a lot.
So
Pa, get over here.
on August 22nd of 1955, so the day after the events
Right.
take place, the Kentucky New Era drops a news article. So like they spun
Day
this
of.
fast.
Wow.
They knew somebody.
They,
There's nothing else going on. It's
So-
1955.
So it says this is the original blurb that came out in this article. So this
Okay.
is the first report of this incident
Breaking news.
beyond what went to the police. Like
Yeah.
this is what came out to the public first.
Okay.
It says at approximately 7 p.m., one of the men, I believe it was Taylor, and I do not remember what his first name is right now. It's written down somewhere. One of the men went out of the house to get a bucket of water. He saw what looked like a flying saucer come over the trees and land in a field at a point about a city block behind the house. There was no explosion, only a semi-hissing sound, and the watcher returned to the house with the bucket of water.
I don't like calling him the Watcher.
So at 7 p.m., they see in the sky saucer, land, no crash,
Right. Land. Lands and makes a hissing
lands and
noise.
make a hissing sound.
Like a pressure release kind of sound.
Yeah.
A short time later, somebody, and remember this is coming from the news article, so they don't know exactly who what.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody reported some little men with big heads and long arms were approaching the house. The men were described as having huge eyes and hands out of proportion to their small bodies. The visitors were wearing what looked to be metal plate.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
armor.
They're armored.
The men got their guns, a shotgun for Sutton and a .22 caliber pistol for Taylor. By and by, one of the little men pressed his face against the window and the shotgun was fired through the window. The face disappeared.
He went, ah!
The men decided to go outside and see if the visitor had been hit. Taylor was in front, and when he emerged from the front door, a huge hand reached down from the low roof above the door and grabbed him by the hair. He pulled away, and the two men went on out of the house. What? One of the strange men was in a nearby tree, another on top of the house. A blast from Sutton's shotgun knocked another one of the men down, but he did not appear hurt. He disappeared into the darkness. Taylor reportedly opened fire on the other members of the invading party, also with little effect. The battle went on for some time. When the occupants of the house saw their chance, they jumped into their cars and drove to Hopkinsville for help. They arrived to the police around 11 p.m. The deputies went and
long ordeal.
were at the house until after 2 a.m. with an upwards of 25 people going to the house to investigate.
Jesus, that's a lot of people.
Frank Dudas, a city police desk sergeant, had seen 3 flying saucers the previous summer, and regarding the Kelly story said, "I think the whole story is entirely possible. I know I saw them." He's talking about the 3 he had seen. "I know I saw them. If I saw them, the Kelly story certainly could be true."
Which is reasonable.
Then the police leave. So at 2 a.m. the police leave. The visitors came back around 3:30 a.m. and did not leave again until almost sunrise.
Oh my God.
They were unable to find any evidence of the visitors except for the bullet holes where Lucky Sutton and Billy Ray Taylor shot at the beings.
I was like, I know the guy who shoots his gun is named Lucky, and I think it's so funny.
And then basically for days afterwards, basically everything after the Frank Dudas is not in the paper, but like for days afterwards, people were like bombarding the Sutton family.
Right.
And they had it was just a crazy media circus. These poor families, for the 50s, people are all up in their business. They put up no trespassing signs. Nobody's listening to them. So then they were like, well, if you're not going to listen to our no trespassing signs, we're going to charge you money for coming onto our property.
Hell yeah.
So they started charging admission. And then because they were charging admission, people were like, oh, they're faking it to get money. So nobody believed them.
I think that's a fair jump to conclusion.
It is a fair jump to conclusion if you don't have all the facts, right? If you don't know the sequence of events that they were like, we told people to fucking leave, they wouldn't leave, so we're making them pay to be here.
Oh, yeah, no.
If you don't know that, if all you know is, oh, this family that says they saw a UFO and little men is charging people to come on their property, that very much is like
much is like, of course it's a hoax.
Right. That is I can see that jump.
Yeah.
That conclusion jump is there.
I get it.
Like, I can see the spot where they landed and why.
So, because of all of this media circus and claims of them being frauds and and all of these things. Greg actually talks about it early in the Hellier case because the Hellier case is kind of not inspired. There's similarities
It's
between tangential relation between what happens in the first season of Hellier and this Hopkinsville Goblins case. And there was a descendant of Lucky Sutton, I think his granddaughter or his daughter or something
and
like
Sutton
that.
Stith, I think is her name.
Yeah. Lucky wouldn't even talk about it. Like they refused to
no one
talk
else in the
about it.
family
The
will talk
family
about
will
it.
not talk about it because they got harassed. I mean, they were not listened to. They were not treated properly.
They were not believed.
They were not believed, and so they just didn't talk about it. The farmhouse in question no longer belongs to the family, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. However, there was enough evidence that Project Blue Book sent a person out to the site.
Yes.
Her name was Isabel Davis, and she wrote.
Hi, Isabel.
A very so I went through the what is the site called? The Center for UFO Studies, CUFOS. I went on their site.
I love CUFOS.
CUFOS
and
is great.
So this was written in 1978. Isabel Davis and Ted Blocher wrote. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. I printed it.
You can see pretty good.
It's called
Encounters at
The Close
Kelly.
Encounter at Kelly and Others of 1955.
Oh.
So this is the big one that happened in 55.
One of them.
Okay.
Project Blue Book, where they had this, Project Blue Book actually did not believe that there was enough evidence to make a case for Kelly.
Look.
Damn.
Isabel Davis did the most research and was like, I think you're wrong.
Good.
Hell yeah.
Good for you, Isabel Davis.
So
Get it, Miss Davis.
Also, I will say
She-
for our listeners, we will do a Project Blue Book episode.
We're going to just talk a lot about it until we get there then.
A lot is going to be told about it. It will have its own episode because every time it's come up, it's been like, Project Blue Book, blah, 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 blah. And it will happen again in a couple of weeks where Chris will be talking about it a lot. And then I don't know if one of the two of us is going to do a project. Me or Chris will probably do a Project Blue Book episode just because aliens are more our repertoire than Mackenzie's.
yes. So I'm going to get back into it. But as you heard in the original description from the New Era article, they talk about the men looking very silver, metal plated, all of those things. When Isabel Davis, she goes in 1967, I believe.
Okay, so
66 or
12 years
67. Another article looking for attention with the media circus that followed
Right.
actually dubbed the phrase "little green men"
men.
comes from this case.
Mm-hmm.
And he dubbed it because he thought it was more interesting than the actual coloring of the visitors.
Which is so funny because like so rarely are the grays green, hence why they're called the grays. Like
But everybody assumes like they're more the color of Ralph.
Yeah.
Ralph behind me.
Behind Sarah.
Also, I need you to know,
Is he
there are some angles that Ralph looks like he's on your head.
amazing? He's my little clinger.
Yeah.
I love him.
So-
not that guy.
He's
but
popping
that
out of
guy.
your noggin.
So he's a newspaper came up with that
Right.
title and then it stuck.
I love that. It's like Mothman was never once described as looking like a moth, but they were like, this sounds cooler than
This
the
sounds
bird.
sick.
So they had people that came to look at the house after the fact were city police, county police, state police, military police from Fort Campbell.
Oh my God.
The newspaper photographer
God.
and other investigators all went and looked, found nothing to support, no concrete evidence to support the family. And then they left between 1 and 2 in the morning, and then there was a reappearance of the beings at about 3.
Right.
Isabel Davis goes in June of 1956, and she there were three of the adults, J.C. Sutton and Glennie Langford, who I think is Lucky Sutton's mom. She's the she's the matriarch of the family. She just has not the Sutton name.
Yeah.
Meemaw.
Meemaw.
Glennie Langford actually I have her written statement that she gave to Project Blue Book.
You got Nana's statement.
And the chief of police was actually really helpful. He did a really detailed investigation because he had seen, he had his own encounter and was not believed. And he was like, I'm going to put the effort in to like make sure this family's taken care of.
It's like the Paranormal Rangers.
Yeah.
Being like, we're just going to make sure these people are heard.
But,
that's the most important part about it.
And then somebody else, Juanita McCord, was the person that occupied the farmhouse at the time that Isabel Davis went. So Mrs. McCord is the reason that Isabel was able to get into the house to like see how the house was.
Gotcha. Okay. So did they sell the property quickly after this happened? Do you know?
I don't know how quickly afterwards. I just know
Okay.
by 66 or 67, whenever she comes to visit,
It's been sold.
it's still in the family.
Oh, okay.
Juanita McCord is the niece by marriage of Glennie Langford.
Got it. Okay.
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 So
it's still in the family.
It was
it's just
in the
not
family.
being occupied by
they
these
just
people
didn't
anymore.
live in it
Got it.
anymore. So Hopkinsville, Kelly, that area is in southern Kentucky, kind of right above the Tennessee border.
Gotcha.
Is where it falls. This is there's a map here. Where's my next little tabby tab? Sorry, I'm in my binder. There's a lot.
Don't apologize for having phenomenal documentation.
This book,
Right.
I would say, truly, like, I did not include everything in this because this is such an in-depth dig.
Dense.
Right, and it's got other cases in it too.
It does have other cases, but anyway. So she talks about, like, this is a layout of the farm.
Oh, cool.
Or the land around the farm. I know people on camera can't see. We'll have pictures of this
we'll
stuff
post
up.
a picture on Instagram. She's showing it to us.
So
okay, that's the house down there.
So the house is down
Yeah.
at the bottom.
Okay.
It's a shot at this up here is like the gully where they thought the craft initially landed. The field that's like, here's the fence for the Sutton farm versus the McGehee farm above it. It's like the property cut and different things like that.
Okay,
Got it.
just so that I could
So,
interpret that map a little bit.
Also, similarly, going back to Chief Greenwell, who was the police chief. The
Police
reason
chief who had his own experience.
he had seen a UFO.
Got it.
He is also, when you mentioned like the paranormal ranger, his mother was full Shoshone Indian. So he was very similar, like to
I love him.
to like
Our paranormal
our
rangers.
paranormal ranger people.
Yes.
So he was much more like he was kind of like in his position. He didn't flaunt like, oh yes, UFOs are super real, because like that's not what he should be doing as the chief of police. But he also wasn't like, everybody that's seen a UFO is lying.
Right.
Like
It's also
and-
1955.
It's 1955.
It's not like
So she goes like that, and
Normal
then
to
she
do that.
also has a layout of the house and property in general. She has a
Neat.
sketch of the house.
Yeah.
And I think she got all of this when she went to the house with
Later.
Juanita McCord.
yeah.
Because she talks about the differences, like, of the house as it was reported versus what she's seeing, like, in person. Interior of the house, she's got a sketch of that with like a scale in feet. So she did like she did her
She
her
documented.
research.
She documented everything.
So the people that were in the house, it was 8 adults, 3 children. So there was
That number seems disproportionate to me, but it's not.
so there
that's
was
a lot of adults.
in the house
Yeah.
was Glennie Langford, who was the widow of Oscar Langford, who was her second husband.
Gotcha. Okay.
She's 50 when this event happens.
Okay.
Nana is not very old.
Young Nana.
Elmer Lucky Sutton was 25.
He has 2 good names.
Hell yeah.
So he was 25 when the event happened.
Oh my god, a child.
And he is Glennie's son
Okay.
by her deceased husband,
Her first
Tillman
husband.
Sutton. And then Vera Sutton, 29, is Lucky's wife.
Everyone. older wife.
Older wife. Then you have J.C. Sutton, who's 21, who's Lucky's younger brother.
Okay.
And then you have Aline Sutton, 27, is J.C.'s wife. So both men have older wives.
Older wives.
And then they have
Cougars.
There is Lonnie, Charlton, and Mary Lankford, 12, 10, and 7, who are Glennie's children by her second husband.
So these are the
Oscar.
half siblings of Lucky and JC.
Correct.
Great.
And then
12, 10, and 7.
12, 10, and
Excellent.
7. And then there is Billy Ray Taylor, Lucky's friend.
He's just a friend. Billy?
June-
You said Billy?
Billy Ray.
Billy Ray. Cyrus.
And then
Taylor.
Billy Ray is 21. June Taylor, who's 18, is Billy Ray's wife.
How old was Billy Ray?
21.
That's more, I mean, it's not reasonable, but it is more reasonable for the time.
And then there is
It's the 50s.
And then there was O.P. Baker, 30 or 35,
It's a big age gap.
brother of Aline Sutton. And Aline is 27, JC's wife.
Oh, right. She's a wife. That's,
Yeah,
I was like,
I was like, one more time, who is that Eileen?
she is the wife of JC. Is it JC or JT?
JC.
C. Okay.
John Charlie.
Got it.
John
JC.
Charlie.
Okay.
The permanent residents of the farm were Glennie, the J.C. Sutton family,
Okay.
and the three
The 3
younger
kiddos.
children.
So Lucky and his wife did not live there.
They were
The
visiting.
Taylors and Lucky and his wife had been staying at the house for a couple of months. The other 2 couples had been with a traveling carnival.
Oh. That's
Apparently,
cool.
Lucky had the word Lucky tattooed across his knuckles on his left hand, which is
And
how he got the nickname.
Icon. In 55,
In
that man's been to
55.
prison.
And partially because they had been with the carnival is another reason that people didn't believe that this had actually happened.
Oh, they're carnies.
Because they're carnies.
Yeah.
They're carnies, and that man has tattoos on his hands.
Yes.
That man has tattoos. They're carnies. They always lie.
They lie about everything. All they do is lie.
I'm sorry. This is
Watch us not be able to hear that noise.
picture of Glennie Lankford and Mary Lankford.
Mary's one of the kiddos.
Mary's the little girl.
The little kiddo, yeah.
So,
Oh, little.
That's a
Yeah.
good 50s picture. I love a photograph.
and that came from the New Era
Article.
newspaper.
Okay.
So the details of the Sutton grouping, family group does not ever change. They don't ever change their story about what happened.
Almost like they're not making it up.
So Isabel does a great.
Can I interject real
Yes, of
quick?
course.
Before I lose it? I do think it's interesting that the 4 of them are carnies in the way that they're liminal people. They're on the move.
Yeah.
They are temporarily in the situation that they're living with mom and the rest of the family, but
Right.
they are experiencing a liminal state
Right. It's also an
in
interesting
already a liminal area.
Right. It's also an interesting family because it's there's sort of a couple of different generations going on here because there's
Yeah.
her older kids
And
then
then
these
her
younger kids
kids.
from her second husband.
Mhm.
And then her second husband is also deceased.
Yes, both husbands are deceased.
So she's a black widow.
Yep.
No, I don't actually think that about Mrs.
Langford.
Langford. Thank you. I couldn't remember her
Glennie.
her current last name. Glennie.
Likely not. However,
No,
And
but it is
she-
interesting that she has lost 2. She's lost 2 husbands, and being in a state of grief is also a liminal state, and you're in a state of grief forever after
Yeah.
you've lost someone.
Mhm.
And then having these younger kids and her older kids, it's all just a very interesting dynamic, and all very much lends itself to people being they're making it up.
Yeah.
So Isabel went to try to interview Glennie,
Right.
and she was rock solid
Like
and didn't
I'm
want to
not
talk about
fucking
it.
telling you.
She's
She,
like, I don't
I
wanna
think
tell
she
you.
did, but she just wasn't interested in talking. I think they had been taken advantage of in so many
Right.
ways and had been abused by
Right.
the public in so many ways.
that she's like, I don't want to talk about
She's
this
just like,
anymore.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
My family's been through it enough. It's now been 10 years. I'm not
not dealing with this
interested.
anymore.
I'm not interested in
So,
talking about it anymore.
Based on
Yeah.
Isabel, Again, the first chunk of time is 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. on 21st.
Right.
Billy Ray Taylor went out to the well, came running back in the house saying he saw a flying saucer. Okay? He said it was real bright with exhaust all the colors of the rainbow.
Ooh.
Came silently toward the house from the southwest, 30 or 40 feet overhead. It continued down the fields on a horizontal course, slowed down, came to a stop in the air, and dropped straight to the ground, seeming to disappear into the 40-foot gully at the end of the fields. After that, he couldn't see anything else. The family was like, sure, Billy Ray. Like, yeah, sure, Billy. Like, whatever.
Of course you did, Billy.
Yeah, Billy.
Like,
Yeah,
they made
Billy.
it, they were like, it was a joke. Like, they
Yeah.
were like, that's funny.
They were like, okay, Billy.
And
Okay,
then
Carney
about,
Billy.
so that's at about 7:30-ish.
Right.
At about 8 o'clock, the dog starts losing its shit.
As they do.
As they do.
Good dog.
So Lucky and Billy Ray go to the back door to look and see what the fuck is going on. You know,
What you barking at, Rover?
They're the standing men of the house,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
There's no paw.
Yeah.
So these two got to go handle it.
So
Lucky and Billy Ray.
once they got to the back door, the dog put his tail between his legs, ran under their house, and did not come out until the next day.
Good.
Fair.
Lucky sarcastically said, "Shit, a real good dog ran away after this thing appeared."
I mean, honestly,
I mean-
Billy Ray. Was it Billy Ray that said that?
Lucky.
Do you want your dog to survive this encounter? Because that's the way your dog survives this encounter, is by hiding from the aliens. Aliens notoriously kill dogs.
So approaching from the fields was a strange glow. As it came nearer, they could make out what appeared to be a small man. Although the man was not much like anything they'd seen before. He was about 3.5 feet tall, an oversized head that was almost perfectly round, arms that extended almost to the ground, huge hands that had talons at the end of the fingers. The eyes were much bigger than human eyes and glowed with a yellowish light. They were directed neither to the front nor the middle, nor to the side, but about midway between. The whole creature was seemingly made of silver metal that gave off an eerie light in the darkness, like the light from a radium dial on a watch.
Ew.
I hate everything about how like long these arms are and like how large the hands
The
are like that.
creature's arms, when he
freaks
walked
me
up,
out.
were raised like you were going to be robbed. Like he's got his hands up.
Like
I surrender.
I surrender.
okay.
Scared to death.
I don't
It's
like
even worse because his long arms are up. I was picturing long arms down and like
Right, like a
hands
gibbon.
like hands dragging a little bit like a creature, but hands long arms up is very disconcerting. I don't like that at all.
like-
Long arms, big hands up.
That
That seems more threatening. In this
Yeah.
for this creature, that seems like a threatening posture.
you know, it's like Halloween decorations that are like "Arr."
Lucky and Billy Ray, no likey.
Correct.
Got guns.
Yeah.
Good. They're
I
like-
also would have gotten gun.
They go, ooh, that seems like a threat.
So they move slightly back into the house. They just kind of scoot back in.
They go, door.
When
This'll protect me.
When the creature was within 20 feet of the back door, then they shot at it.
Reasonable. You're
Yeah.
like, it keeps getting closer.
It's continuing.
The creature somersaulted backwards, did a flip,
It's a gymnast.
did
a
a
backflip.
flip, as the men put it.
Do a backflip. Do a barrel roll.
Hastily scrambled upright, and then hurried away into the darkness at the side of the house.
Oh, so it did like a Matrix.
Yeah.
Like they shot at it and went. It did a backflip.
They
a
waited
backflip.
a few minutes, went into the living room where all of their wives and family were. All
Yeah, the
women.
wives and children. Women and children.
Another creature appeared at the side window. The men shot at it through the screen. Apparently, they hit it again. It again flipped
Did a backflip.
and disappeared.
Do a barrel roll.
I don't like it. It's freaky.
I don't like that bullets don't work against aliens.
Oh, good.
Like,
They-
as somebody who doesn't necessarily condone shooting things, I don't like that bullets don't work against the
Right.
aliens.
It's like I also don't like shooting at things. However, I also would have shot at it.
Right? Yeah, I don't. They did the right thing.
That's a threat.
What?
Here's a picture of Lucky and Billy Ray Taylor at the door of the farmhouse. So that's Lucky.
With their guns.
With their guns. This was also taken
Hell
by the
yeah.
New Era,
the newspaper.
the newspaper photographer.
Good for that newspaper for like just documenting.
Yeah.
So, LOL, open shirt and all. Sorry, I just noticed his shirt is like wide fucking open.
It's their day.
They're what, like 25?
21 and 25.
21 and 20. Well, how old is Billy? Because
21.
Billy and JC are the same age. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Because he's the one who has the 18-year-old wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was the one that was like, he was 30 or 35?
That's the brother of Aline Sutton.
Okay.
The brother-in-law.
Basically, it seemed like these creatures could move really fast when they ran away.
Weird.
And because of they showed back up so quickly, I think is why the numbers that were given in the newspaper of 10 or 12 or 15 of these creatures
Right.
is probably really exaggerated. There were probably only 2 or 3 actual beings, but because they're able to pop up so quickly and it's dark,
Right. You can't count. And you're like, I just shot that one. It can't be back.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's a
it
new
looks
one.
like they shot 4 times.
Good, honestly.
And a direct shot from a 12-gauge shotgun didn't do anything to these creatures.
Fuck.
So,
Jeez. Do a
they
backflip.
performed.
Do a backflip.
It looks like they also like floated instead of falling. They would do like a floating towards the ground,
They have feather fall on
and
them.
they would like flip. And then when they ran, it seemed like their arms actually did most of the propulsion, and that their thin legs, spindly as broom handles, seemed to be used only for balance and to move in unison.
I'm having a horrible time.
They're
stop.
gibbons. They're gibbons.
The legs were inflexible. When the creatures ran, the hip joints were flexed slightly. Not much of a bend was necessary because their arms were so long and their hands, the huge hands, so close to the ground. But the legs never seemed to bend as if there were a knee joint. They seemed inflexible and might have almost been stilts. No one noticed the feet, although they must have been visible when they floated. The arms bent at the elbow, but no other flexibility of the arms or hands was noticed, except for a slight movement of the taloned fingers when the hand reached down towards Taylor's head. And neither the eyes nor the head turned to follow movement.
Remember how I said I didn't know a lot about this case and it was kind of in the periphery? I would like to go back to that.
I would like to go back to that. I don't want to know this anymore.
I would like to return to however long ago we started recording where I didn't know what these things actually looked like because I'm going to have fucking nightmares.
I have a question.
This is my sleep paralysis demon.
So creature approaching the house like this.
Yeah.
How was it moving?
If you weren't watching the screen, if you've never seen the movie Surf's Up, it's like the little bird in Surf's Up whose legs don't bend. He just takes
The
little
sandpiper.
sandpiper.
the sandpiper who runs like this. That's what I did with my hand, with just straight fingers wiggling back and forth. That's how their legs
it
move.
seems like they move sans knees like a gorilla.
Right,
Like,
but if they're walking with
But
their
if
hands up.
if he's approaching the house,
Oh my God,
hands
have you
up,
ever seen a gorilla walk on their back legs?
It's not.
It's unnerving a little bit.
I bet you that's what it looked
very-
like.
It's probably similar to that.
It's very Uncanny Valley because they shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, it's-
Also,
it's
if you're
definitely-
interested in the Uncanny Valley, an episode will be coming out soon.
They weren't really walking and they were doing a float above the
Oh,
ground.
right, because they float.
do a backflip.
I want to do a barrel roll. I want to go back to the 20 minutes ago where I didn't know what these looked like.
Me too. I don't like them.
So
Doing
they
a great job.
They had big glowing yellow eyes, and the creatures were the same color all over. In the dark, it was like phosphorescent, kind of luminous glow. In the light, it was like a dull metallic.
That's really weird because that's
odd.
that's
They had,
what they
I
look
wish
like in
you'd stop
Hellier.
saying some odd shit.
I wish you'd stop talking, but
Here.
also you have to keep talking.
The body surface gave the witnesses the impression that it was skin. If it was some kind of spacesuit, as has been suggested, it covered them completely. The glow of the bodies increased when they were shot at or shouted at, as if the noise affected the luminosity. The strange triangular ears, large, floppy, wrinkled like leather and pointed at the top, were seen by the women as extended somewhat outwards and by the men as closer to the head. There was no hair, no indication of sex, and they gave off no smell. The creatures made no noise at all. The mouth, if it was such, never opened, and they made no sound when moving, although the weeds and bushes rustled when the creatures fled into them. The only noise associated with them was a slight scraping sound on the metal roof, as if the points of the talons were dragging lightly across it. This noise was also described as a tapping. They never exhibited any behavior that could be described as hostile. They made no attempt to retaliate for the shooting. They never attempted to enter the house, simply stood at the door or window looking in. If performed by human beings, their actions would be interpreted as profound curiosity and persistence. But of course, we cannot know what their behavior meant. We do not even know that they recognized the shooting as a sign of antagonism. So that's kind of what Isabel says based on...
Fair, Isabel.
Isabel, thank you
she's
for your
done.
service, but oh my God, I hate these creatures. Also, the thing that I was like vaguely
the
minding,
tapping and
the
Hellier.
tapping on the window, and
Yeah.
it's like Hellier, and also the like weird phosphorescent like glowing
Yeah.
is also what the pictures look like from Hellier. Is like the guy describes them as like gray, bald skin things, but the pictures are like
glowy.
glowy,
They're
like
kinda
bright
glowy.
white. And also, I don't like the it gave the impression of skin instead of being like it was skin, not a spacesuit. The wording of the impression of skin, I'm like, I don't like that you're.
I also did not like the implication that either the sound or the like preparation to be hit with bullets like caused them to
glow
glow
more.
a little bit more.
Yeah,
Like that's
they're cranking up their juju.
yeah,
So-
they're what is it? Like Star Trek. they're like
They're upping their shields.
yeah, they're shields.
They're putting on their deflector
So
shields.
then they leave. They have enough of a break at 11 o'clock to get in the two cars that were on the property and book it to the police station.
Yeah.
The cavalry comes back, and they're at the house for about 11:30 until 2 a.m.
I do appreciate that. Like they go to the cops and they're like, there are tiny little creatures.
Creators.
Critters.
That was critters and creatures combined into one word.
Yep.
There are tiny little critters at our home. Please help. And the police are like, on it.
They're like,
And then-
there's nothing else happening.
The family apparently refused to go back in the building, even with everybody's lighting up the property until the house was like searched. They're like, I'm
Good.
not going back in.
They're like, what if they went in my
So-
house?
They're unable to get any concrete evidence besides the gunshots in the screen that anything really happened. And then everybody leaves about 2 a.m. The
Right.
Suttons and Taylors are rattled out of their minds.
Right.
Yeah.
And
You're not
trying to go to
sleeping.
sleep. And then at about 2:30, they come back. So
Atrocious.
targeted.
Glennie sees saw the little man with his hands on the window screen.
Ew.
I think I'd throw up.
All of her lights were off. She had like turned towards the window, like, you know, she's sleeping with her head towards the window, and she was trying to go to sleep, and then she all of a sudden notices a glow in the window. It seems like the creature had come around the chimney to stand there. It put its little clawy hands up on the screen and stared silently into the room.
I hate
I'm
this.
I'm so glad that I live on the second floor of a building.
Bestie.
So
They'll
I know
get ya.
I know they can float and I know they crawled on their roof. However,
You can pretend you're safe.
I can pretend I'm safe. They're at least not going to stand at my window and just
and that was the last time. I don't know. It's somewhere between 2:30 and daylight. Lucky said, I'm going to shoot at it. Glennie's like, leave it alone. And Lucky shoots at it anyway. This one may have been the shot that did the damage to the window. Unsure.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like any damage was caused to them, like any of the shots earlier had done anything. And then the last time a creature was seen that night, so apparently they just kind of like circled the house and would like stare in the windows again.
Horrible.
And then the last time they saw one was about 5:15 Monday morning, August 22nd.
Okay. I understand that, like, these creatures are aliens and that they are curious about us, but can they quit just, like from SpongeBob, he's just standing there menacingly, like, quit
Do
menacing at
something.
my window.
This picture that I'm about to show you, it was drawn by Andrew Bud Ledwith from the descriptions of Glennie, Elmer's wife, and JC's wife. So
Okay.
all of the women describing the creatures.
Got it.
Um,
Am I gonna scream? It's the goblin!
It's our guy.
This
the
is
goob!
if you were to Google Hopkinsville Goblin.
This is who you
This
see.
is the picture that you see.
We need to make a copy of that and put it on the wall behind you.
I will I have the digital, so we can print
Okay,
another
perfect.
one.
Yeah,
of
we just need
this.
to print that and make them a little
Um,
smaller and stick them on the wall.
Yeah. So
Add them to the wall.
It is from like Hellier. We've talked about where that might be some kind of headpiece or like
Right, the
Yeah, I
ears,
mean-
and because it looks like they're kind of wearing goggles, so
Yeah.
it could be like a goggle mask situation.
Yeah.
Right, because we just like they said in this write up, like it could be some sort of a suit.
this.
Like it might be
picture-
skin,
I'm
but
gonna
it also
just hold it
might
up.
be
Suit.
like a space suit.
And since the women and the men described the ears differently, it's entirely possible that they were like moving and rotating and like
Yeah,
boop, boop, like they're little satellites.
yeah, like satellites, and with the way that
This is how same artist.
Yeah.
But again, I think this is the police's sketch artist doing
Right.
these sketches. This is how Billy describes
The critters.
the critters.
Very similar but
so
different.
similar but different.
Same but different.
has a nose.
A little skinnier. Billy describes a nose.
The ears are a little different too.
The ears poke up a little bit more, and Billy's are a little bit longer, but the eyes are about the same.
Yeah.
And
Which
this
is
and
horrifying.
Billy's is a little bit skinnier, a little more ribby. You see the ribs a little bit more. It's not as broad.
A little bit more ribby. Needs a good dinner.
He describes the feet as like suction cups, like circular like suction cups, which I thought was gross.
That's icky.
Billy should stop talking.
And then what's the other one?
Because another thing that lends to the like this is a spacesuit rather than
This-
like their skin is that they never saw the mouths move or open or anything.
And then this is the way that it was described by Lucky, JC, and OP Baker,
So the other boys.
the other boys.
That's my favorite. It looks like a frog.
Again,
Yeah, I
same,
like
but
him.
different.
Very round head
So
on this
This is the one they use in Hellier.
can you
This is
Yeah.
the drawing that we see in Hellier.
can you show us the I would like to see the first one again
It's a very, very round head on
because
that guy.
this one okay, so this one and the first one
Uh-huh.
don't have any indication of what the feet look like.
So this is
Yeah.
one.
They're in the grass.
Right.
The second one
They
has
did-
suction cup
They
feet.
didn't have feet. Because I remember you saying they didn't really have a description of the feet.
This is 2.
I don't like the feet. I also don't like that one. That one's wrong. Who's is the middle one?
Billy Ray's.
Billy doesn't know what he's talking about. I know he saw most of them. He's wrong.
And then this is 3.
I like 1 and 3 the best. I think 1 and 3 are
1 and 3 have the best design choices.
1 and 3 of the best. The one that the women described and the one that all of the other men described, except for Billy, is good. I do love the like froggy shape of the boy one, the one
Yeah.
that the boys described. The very round head.
Yeah.
Very like it's got big chest, little hips, like
It
shaped like a
is
Dorito.
Fascinating that like the like I guess the women aren't blood related to the family. I was gonna say like the family in question versus Billy Ray,
Right.
who is friend of the family.
Friend of the fam.
So I think it's interesting. This figure 10. Also, all of these drawings, I believe, were in Project Blue Book. This was part of the record for
Yeah.
Project Blue Book.
Which is so cool.
Because I remember when I talked about in Bermuda Triangle how I was like the shitty copy, or John Shepard.
John Shepard, yeah.
The like shitty copies of scans versus like whatever.
Yes.
These in this front part are all of the documents that were in the Project Blue Book files specifically.
Right.
All of them are in Isabel's book in way cleaner copies.
Yeah.
Because all of these are really shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are some shitty scans.
it's a scan of a government document that they didn't want to release. So of course it's going to be not great.
Shitty.
That's a problem with a lot of Project Blue Book scans is when that stuff all got declassified and like released to the public, they were like, but it doesn't have to look good. You don't have to be able to read it.
Right. It's like we have to release it. It doesn't. You don't have to be able to read it.
Right.
It doesn't have to be legible.
Figure 11. This is a comic that was drawn based on the drawings by
They're so cute.
I don't like that.
other people.
A very opposite.
I guess the one that I saw was this top left
This one,
corner.
you don't like him.
I don't like him.
Well, you have to remember, I'm also across the room from you guys, so my version of these pictures are what I'm seeing in a dimly lit room.
Yeah,
I will
for
let
sure.
you flip through the binder
Yeah.
later.
I'm not worried about it.
They have
That's a football.
They have a picture of what they thought the saucer looked like, which is really
A
just
football?
it's a awkwardly round
Football?
It's not it's
It looks kind of like a rugby ball.
yeah.
Okay.
A little bit more.
They had a bunch of different
Egg.
newspapers that were all same but different,
Yeah.
expound faux fud or faux aft
Yeah.
and third partied and
Yeah.
fucked with and all of those things. Here is a picture of the screen diagram from Lucky Shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So where all
you can
of
see the grouping of
the bullet holes were.
Who's that lady on the back?
This is Juanita McCord
Oh,
in the
so
house.
the woman who owned the house, or who was living in the
living in
house.
the house when Isabel Davis went to interview.
Gotcha.
She looks like a nice lady.
She does look like a nice lady.
And I think I have one or two. I think I have one more. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
This is the last. Oop, hold on.
I like that picture.
So I'm gonna get into Project Blue Book had in it. So basically, it had the whole file had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 documents in it.
Ocho.
Okay.
So there was a document A is a letter from the Commander Air Technical Intelligence Center, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, to the Commander of Campbell Air Force Base,
Okay.
dated August 29th, 1957,
Okay.
requesting information on the Kelly incident.
Okay, so 2
Okay.
years later,
Yes.
57.
57.
2 years later, they're asking for details.
Yeah.
Document B is a reply to the above request from
Okay.
Lieutenant Kirk, Adjutant, Campbell Air Force Base.
Lieutenant Kirk?
Yes. Dated 1 October 1957, including 6 enclosures.
Okay.
Document C is the enclosure 1 of Lieutenant Kirk's reply. It was a letter to Lieutenant Kirk from September 17th, 1957, from Captain Hertel, the Campbell Air Force Base adjutant at the time of the incident. Document D is the enclosure 5 from Lieutenant Kirk's reply. It was a statement given to Lieutenant Kirk on September 26th, 1957, by Major Albert. At the time of the incident, was a reserve officer in training at Campbell Air Force Base. He was the one that visited the Sutton farm Monday morning.
Gotcha.
Then we have
I'm
document.
going to assume that Lieutenant Kirk's first name is James.
James T. Kirk.
I will tell you in just a moment what his name is. Document E is enclosure 2 of the reply.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And this was a statement to Lieutenant that Major Albert dated August 22nd, signed by Glennie Langford. That was her statement.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Document F was the memorandum dated September 10th, 1956, to Captain Gregory from J.A. Hynek. J.A. Hynek is the
James Allen Hynek.
is the Center for UFO Studies father. He was a Project Blue Book scientist that then really got in. He was kind of the father of ufology in some ways. kind of.
I love him.
Um,
He's probably also going to be his own episode at some point.
and then we have
He deserves
document
it.
G, which is an
does.
unsigned and undated sketch of the little man. And then document H, probably a memorandum known to have been written by Captain Gregory, but doesn't have an addressee's name. It's undated, but it is later than the September 10th enclosure.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
So this was initially handwritten, was then typed up, and this is considered a certified true copy, but there's a caveat. So
Yeah.
I'll read it, and then I'll tell you the caveat.
Great.
So this is from 8/22/55. So the day after.
Okay,
This is
yeah,
the
I was like-
first
so it's like
statement
right there.
The day after. It says, "My name is Glennie Langford, age 50, and I live at Kelly Station, Hopkinsville Route 6, Kentucky.
Okay.
On Sunday night, August 21st, 1955, about 10:30 p.m., I was walking through the hallway, which is located in the middle of my house, and I looked out the back door, south, and saw a bright silver object about 2.5 feet tall appearing round. I became excited and did not look at it long enough to see if it had any eyes or move. I was about 15 or 20 feet from it. I fell backward and then was carried into the bedroom. My two sons, Elmer Sutton, age 25, and his wife Vera, age 29, J.C. Sutton, age 21, his wife Aline, age 27, and their friends Billy Taylor, age 21, and his wife June, 18, were all in the house and saw this little man that looked like a monkey. At about
Like a
3:30
gibbon.
a.m., I was in my bedroom and looked out the north window and saw a small, silver shining object about 2.5 feet tall that had its hands on the screen looking in. I called for my sons, and they shot at it, and it left. I was about 60 feet from it at this time. I did not see it anymore. I have read the above statement, and it is true to the best of my knowledge and belief. Signed, John E. Albert. Signed, Glennie Langford. Bud Ledwith, the guy that did the sketches,
Right.
thinks that this statement may not have been written by by Glennie, because it only says that she read it. But because the original handwritten document is now missing, there
Right.
is no way to confirm whose handwriting
It was.
However, because there's also there's some discrepancy, like the 60 feet away at 3:30 when it's looking in the window.
Oh, right, because she's looking at it in her room.
Yeah.
And
so it's
you
possible
know,
someone
because
else.
also she says that when she makes the comment about it looking like a monkey, she herself never actually
said
made that
connection.
She never called them saying they looked like a monkey.
So
there's just some
Interesting.
Yeah. It's possible that somebody else took a compilation of her.
Of everybody's stories,
Of
wrote
her
them
stories.
down, and was like, "Does this look right?"
Is this good? And she was like, "Yep, I read this, and it's fine."
And then this is the last drawing that I have. This is the unsigned one, so we don't know who drew it, but
He's buff.
he's a beefy
beefy.
goob.
That one does look a lot like a monkey, though.
Yeah.
If you take the ears away, that one very much speaks
Well,
monkey.
gibbons have ears, and I'm stuck on gibbons
I
because of
would
the way that they
be
move and they walk.
Shocked
Yeah.
if it was a monkey, but that's just
Gibbons
me.
can't fly.
Yeah, gibbons can't fly. Gibbons aren't doing backflips either.
So
Glowing and doing backflips when they get shot with a shotgun.
basically, and then after, so 120 of these pages is about Hopkinsville. The rest of it is other encounters from 1955. So I figured that would be a good jumping off point for maybe future case research. Then if I go back to different, my other Project Blue Book documents.
Right.
This is a bad screenshot, but it basically is like the picture of the file tag. And it has in handwriting no case on it. Like there's not.
It
a
says
case.
Hopkinsville, no case or whatever.
Yeah. These are
Which is so
all
silly because it's
of
like the whole, for me,
So basically,
if someone saw something strange, that means you have a case.
the basis of it is that it seems like everybody even though the story of the family never changed, even though any of those things, they stuck with their story. It didn't change drastically. If you compare the drawings, they weren't really that different from each other.
No, and that can be chalked up to memory sucking.
And all of the stuff that was being drawn was happening within 36 hours. They hadn't slept since the activity had happened when all of this was being done. So, like, it's not fair, in my opinion, to say that it couldn't be something, and this story is perpetuated. It has not gone anywhere. It's still very prevalent in in culture. They do a festival about it every year. I have more stuff. I'm trying to
love
see
a single case that gets turned into the entire tourism industry for a little town.
Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can find.
I love that. It's like Mothman, and they have the whole Mothman festival in Point Pleasant every year.
There's Frozen Dead Guy Festival.
There's Frozen Dead Guy Festival, which we talked about in the Stanley episode. Like, I love a little tiny thing that happened that has become like an entire identity for a place. It's very fun.
I thought I had Glennie Langford's handwriting in this document, and I don't.
Oh, no.
That's fine.
That's okay.
So let me go back to my iPad, because that's everything that's in this binder.
I did find the kind of monkey that I was thinking about that have the ears that specifically look like all of the drawings. Macaques.
Okay.
You're right.
They have the rounded at the bottom, but like pointy.
Yeah.
Up
And they've
ears.
also got like fuzzy faces. Yeah.
So again, people thought they were frauds.
Frogs?
Frauds.
Frauds. I was like,
One of them does look like a frog.
yeah.
But
Fraud.
You hear what you want to hear.
And so because the government and everybody that researched it, there was no conclusive evidence. There wasn't anything concrete. They saw bullet holes in a screen, and that was really all they found. There wasn't anything beyond that.
Right.
No footprints.
So there's a lot of people that have come up with potential debunkings of this case over the years.
I'll take my I enjoy fun hat off.
Tell me your favorite person that does debunks, Sarah, that you hate so much. We talked about him recently with Fred Valentich.
Oh, fucking a nickel.
Yes.
Fuck that guy.
So
this man calls himself a cryptozoologist.
So Joe Nickel believes that the family could have misidentified eagle owls or great horned owls, which are nocturnal, fly silently, hold on,
I'm waiting,
have yellow eyes, and aggressively defend their nest. According to Nickel, meteor sightings also occurred at the time that could explain Billy Ray Taylor's claim that he saw a bright light streak across the sky and disappear beyond a tree line some distance from the house. Brian Dunning noted that the height of the owls would be comparable to at least the lower end of reported range of around 2 feet. There are simply too many similarities between the creatures reported by the families and an aggressive pair of the local great horned owls, which do stand about 2/3 of a meter tall. French ufologist Renaud Leclet argued also that the best explanation in this case is that the residents had simply seen great horned owls. Ufologist Jerome Clark writes that the supposed creatures floating through the trees could be is consistent with foxfire, which is a bioluminescent fungus on decaying wood. And then Clark also wrote that like the police never found evidence of a hoax, but Brian Dunning reported that the claim that the Air Force investigator showed up could not be corroborated, and that the 4 military police officers were from an Army base, not an Air Force base. Do you remember when
the Air Force didn't exist yet?
Do you remember when I texted you?
There wasn't an Air Force base yet.
Do you remember when I texted you guys when I was doing research and I said, you're never going to believe what they think the goblins are? And you said, is it a sturgeon? And I said, no. But you're going to be mad about it.
You want to know why I'm mad about it? Because that's the same fucking thing that he says Mothman is.
incredible.
This man refuses to believe that he thinks that great horned owls are everywhere, and that's what everyone is seeing all the time. And you've never seen anything interesting. In fact, every time you see a bird, it's actually a great horned owl, and you're just misidentifying it. He's like, people don't know what they look like. They don't realize how big they are, how quietly they fly. And I'm like, brother, a great horned owl is not 9 feet fucking tall or black or have glowing red eyes. And he's like, but it's the light refraction. Light refracts green off of great horned owls. And if you are not watching our video on YouTube, you need to.
Or Spotify. It's on both.
Or Spotify. I hate this guy. Because seriously, in the documentary that I watched, the TV show episode that I watched about Mothman, he was in, and when his name pops up, you know how they put a fun little subtitle underneath people's names that says what their job is? And like Bobo on the Bigfoot show, it says professional Bigfoot caller or expert Bigfoot caller, which I aspire to be. But like underneath it said like cryptozoologist, and I was like, oh great.
Cool.
He does this. And then he was like, I'm here to prove to you that Mothman isn't real. And I'm like, that's not your job.
Wrong.
That's not your job. You're a cryptozoologist. Your job is to tell me why he's real or what is this phenomena? Not, it's an owl and everything's an owl and I'm going to do some bad science to prove to you that people can't identify size of things. I've never in my life been angrier.
Do you remember how mad I told you were going to be when I told you what they thought it was? This is that moment.
Because, okay, I can see.
I need listeners. I need you to go through and take screen caps of the faces that I was making while Mackenzie was talking and turn them into memes. Put them in the Discord. Because I'm so mad.
Do you remember? Because I texted you and I was like, you're going to be so mad. And you said,
you're never going to guess.
You said, tell me now. And I said, I will not. I want your reaction in the moment. And it was everything I wanted it to be.
I'm so mad. I hate it. This is worse than every single fish thing being a sturgeon.
Oh, yeah. I can understand.
Sturgeon are government drones. We don't believe they exist.
They're not real. Sturgeon are not real.
Is what I
government groans.
God, the fact that you said Joe Nickel and I ripped my microphone out of my mic stand and then had to sit here for the rest of that and go, okay, I'm putting my mic back in my mic stand.
I can understand why he might make the great horned owl connection. With the eyes being kind of similar, with it having ears.
Right.
But it doesn't have arms. It doesn't float.
And if you shoot an owl, it doesn't do a backflip. It
right.
dies.
It dies.
That's the end of that owl. If you shoot an owl point blank through a window, why are the owls looking through windows?
Why would an owl wings, I guess, up in window?
Yeah, what?
No.
If you had said it was a monkey, Joe Nickel, I would have been more on your side than you coming back at me with the fucking great horned owl again. Leave it alone. They're not owls.
Okay. Would you like some, before I ask you what you think this is, I'm going to tell you some more fun facts about this case.
Yeah, that's with fun facts.
So the reason
my face is hot.
Well, because you got hot.
You got heated, brother.
I'm gonna sip on my drink.
They're called goblins, even though realistically it's probably some kind of alien visitation case.
Right.
Because of their similarity to gremlins, which actually Steven Spielberg modeled the gremlins after the description of the Hopkinsville Goblins case.
That's cool.
I like that.
So
yeah,
Gremlins was loosely inspired, like the art for the actual the mechanic of the gremlin puppet was inspired by the description of these goblins. So that's part of the reason they're referred to as goblins or gremlins. This is the case, like I said earlier, where we get the terminology "little green men," even though none of the men were green. A newspaper article wanted more publicity. In Pathfinder, Sarah's favorite TTRPG game, the Hobkins are a type of gremlin from Bestiary Book 5, and they are based upon the goblins from this event.
Yeah,
and
I forgot
then
about those.
Hopkinsville, or the city of Kelly, I don't remember which one.
One of the two towns.
One of the two. Hosts an alien invasion day annually around the anniversary of the event. This year, they're doing it on August 23rd. So 2 days after this comes out, it's whatever the weekend of the actual fall.
Okay, so next year for the between birthdays, we go to Hopkinsville.
Yeah. And we do Mothman, we go to Point Pleasant, and we go to Hopkinsville.
Shit, we can't.
We can't.
We never can. So we have to go. Oh, we can't go. We have to move when Serpent Symposium is.
I was like, we can't go unless
Yeah.
we move our weekend.
So I personally think that this was a visitation encounter. I think with what we know about tangential relation to the Hellier case and different things like that, I absolutely believe that this is some kind of alien being. I think, and we'll probably get into it later on, I think it's a different kind. I don't know that it's the Greys specifically. I think it's a little too small to be the Greys.
Who knows?
Who knows, though? I'm not that into aliens. So
Don't worry. Chris will tell us all about it in like
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So it's not, I truly believe this is some kind of extra ultra terrestrial being. With what we know about that, I do not think it is some kind of owl. I do not think it is a cryptid. I think this is truly like, we call them goblins. We jokingly are like the goobs.
The goobs.
The goobs.
And I do think that like a goblin, for what they knew in the 50s, is like an appropriate terminology.
Yeah.
And from pop culture, I would not. I mean, obviously, I think they're an alien, but the name is going to stick, in my opinion. And I think it's fun that this is the case that inspired so much alien terminology that is stuck in pop culture. I mean, we have a little green man right there.
We have a green man.
We've got a more correct version, I guess, if you can even say that, behind Sarah.
That's Ralph.
And I think, especially if we're talking about Hellier, there is still some level of them being prevalent in that area, especially. So, what did you learn? What do you think it is? How do you feel?
They're freaky guys.
Freaky guy.
He's a freaky guy, and I don't like him. I hate them. I hate them so much.
What I've learned is actually I don't like them.
It does remind. I would be fascinated to know more about the creation of one of my favorite movies, Signs, because it is ultimately a very similar story.
I think there was I read a article about Steven Spielberg movies, a couple of his styles of his movies of an era. Signs may have been one. I don't remember.
Is Signs of Spielberg?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Okay.
I would not be surprised if it is somehow related to this case, because a lot of alien media came, a lot of media came, was created loosely off of this case, because it was
such a big deal.
Such a big deal. I mean, it was all over the radio.
And nobody believed
over
them.
Newspapers, and nobody fucking believed the family, and that's really shitty.
Because
in this house, we believe the Suttons. We believe the
Taylors.
Taylors. My brain wanted to say Kellys.
Kellys.
We
the
believe,
Kelly-Hopkinsvilles.
We believe Jenny,
Langford.
We believe Glennie Langford. We believe those children. We believe Lucky.
Yeah.
Yada yada. Everybody involved.
I do think alien touching that guy's fucking hair is going to haunt me for forever. I'm going to be on my deathbed going,
who touched him? Why'd it touch him?
Why'd it do that? Haunting. I hate them.
Okay, Sarah, what did you learn? How do you feel?
One.
What do you think these are?
What do you think they are?
I think they're an alien.
Yeah, I think these are an alien, and I think that if you haven't watched Hellier,
we've got to do an episode. We have to do an
episode
episode on Hellier.
We will do an episode that's a 4th episode where we just do we recap what happens in Hellier in a single episode, because I know we have a lot of listeners who it is not the kind of media that they will enjoy
but
consuming.
God, I love it.
Because it's not funny. It's funny to us, but it's not funny. It's not
a comedy. It's
a
not
very serious
1 star,
earnest,
no goblins.
1 star, no goblins. It's a very earnest documentary about these people investigating high strangeness.
Yeah.
But they kind of touch on whatever this is still there. And I lean to that of like, I think that while these are aliens, I do think they may live in the caves.
Yeah.
I do think that maybe they're not coming. You know, John Keel kind of talks about this of, you know, maybe these things aren't coming from somewhere else. Maybe they're coming from here, but through interdimensional nonsense. But I'm not going to get into that. I do think that it is some sort of weird alien visitation. I think something happened to these people. I don't think it was a critter that lives in the woods. Like, I don't think it was an owl. Joe Nickel. I do think that it was something weird. I think it was some sort of extraterrestrial alien creature that did not come from this planet. A freaky guy.
Freaky eye.
And I hate them. I miss when I thought they were just silly little guys and that ran around and were like, now I'm like, no, they're haunting. These are haunting, horrible creatures. That very much would trigger like bad uncanny valley shit in people because they're like,
Oh, yeah.
Everything about you is just like a little bit to the left of what it should be.
Yeah, it's exactly the kind of thing that you would see and be like, Lucky, get the gun.
Get the gun, shoot it. So yeah. Also, I learned more reasons to hate Joe Nickel. Hey, we're on social media. Please go like our Facebook page and follow us and comment on stuff, interact with our reels and such. The more that people who listen to our podcast interact with the stuff on Facebook, the more likely Facebook is to show it to other people. Mm-hmm. So go on there, comment, even if you just comment like a laughing emoji or whatever.
Or like a GIF.
Yeah, just comment something on there because it boosts the algorithm to send it to other people. If you have an Instagram, follow us on Instagram. The same stuff that gets posted on Facebook gets cross-posted on Instagram. So if you follow us on both, you're guaranteed to not miss anything. If you are a user of the TikTok platform, we also have a TikTok, and all of our clips get posted on TikTok. If you are listening to us on Spotify and you are not subscribed or following us on Spotify, please do that. The only way that we can eventually monetize this is if we have a certain number of subscribers, not just listeners. We need both, so keep listening, but I need you to subscribe.
Us, yeah.
Take every single person around you's phone and just add us to their list of
shows
of podcasts.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything to them other than it like shows them if they go to their recent episodes on Spotify. Mm-hmm. Same thing on YouTube. I am subscribed to so many YouTube channels that I do not watch their content anymore, and not because I don't like their content. I just don't watch YouTube that much anymore. Subscribing super duper helps. So if you have multiple Google accounts and therefore multiple YouTube accounts, subscribe to us on every single one.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. Also, like, comment, do all those things on all the platforms. It really, really helps us, and we keep not saying this at the end of podcast episodes.
Even if it was just, you could sometimes when I create our social media posts, I'll throw in like a, have you seen this? What do you know about that?
Right.
Just a quick sentence or two. Answer a question. Ask a question. Say, you know, I really liked this because, more than like a full sentence, not just like 2 words. Anything's better than nothing. But
literally
like,
2 words gets us on the YouTube algorithm.
Yep.
Like commenting, interacting, doing those things makes it where we get
and
pushed to people.
You should
tag
be
your
able
friends.
Tag your friends.
We
No, take your friends' phones and follow us on all of the different things on their phones.
We do listeners episodes every so often. If you have something you'd like us to tell in a listeners episode, send us an email. This podcast is for weirdos@gmail.com. We do love to hear from you guys. If you have a topic suggestion, you can do that. We also have a Discord server.
We have a community Discord server.
It's linked in our Instagram and Facebook.
It's also, if you don't use Instagram or Facebook for whatever reason, it's
in our
also
link
on our link tree, which is the following link: linktr.ee/ or / whatever the normal slash is, tpifw, and that's our whole link tree.
And that's everything. We should have a website coming soon. We're in the final
Very
stages
soon.
of editing that.
We should also have a Patreon coming soon.
We should also,
and that will be For the time being, it will be a free Patreon. It will be just a hub where everything is located. We'll put posts up there every so often of stuff that's not on the Facebook or on the Instagram or on the TikTok.
Some
It's just
exclusive content.
some exclusive stuff. I think we're also going to start posting show notes there. So
That
we'll
is
put
the
our
hope.
sources and such that we use will get uploaded there. So that way, if you are interested in stuff and you want to see where we got our information, you can pull it from there. We'll probably do a backlog of older episodes of the stuff that we still have, because some of the stuff some of us aren't great about posting our links. All of us, really. Sometimes we forget to save them somewhere. So we're going to do that. That should be coming very, very soon. It may actually be done before this episode comes out, because all I need to do is make a banner for it.
And then if you're ever listening to an old episode and you're like, that seems wrong, or there's also this,
Tell us.
We're happy to do updates on topics and say we were wrong, or this has come out since we did this research.
We love to learn.
We're not at.
Love to learn.
Nobody is gonna be offended by you sending us an email saying that
Hey, you're wrong.
that like I really enjoyed this, but also this information that you may have missed.
Right.
Also, argue with us.
Please.
Send us an email.
Actually, argue with Sarah and Chris. Don't argue with me. I don't have that emotional. I don't have that emotional energy.
Tell us specifically what you think we were wrong about, and we will reply to you angrily in an email back and forth. It'll be a very fun.
We'll record it. We'll put it on the Patreon.
We'll put it on the Patreon. Anyway, so please follow us in all the places. I know that this is the part of the podcast that everybody skips because you don't want to listen to the people that you're listening to. Please. You don't want to hear the like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell shit on YouTube. But sorry, we're doing it because we need to be doing it, because our podcast has not that we need to grow, but we've kind of hit a bit of a plateau where we aren't getting as much new people. We aren't getting it in front of more people, and that's what we want to do, and not in a we want to become money grubbing billionaires off of this. It is more of a we have information that more people need to know about. And we would like for as many people as possible to be able to broaden their minds and think a little bit more about weird shit. And so if you can steal everyone around you's phone and subscribe to our podcast on any platform that they have on their phone,
make their day a little bit weirder.
Yeah, make their day a little bit weirder. Because how funny would it be if they don't know that you've done that, and then suddenly they're subscribed to this podcast, and they're like, whoa, what a weird synchronicity that I'm subscribed to this podcast. I guess I should listen to it. And then they listen to it. And
the synchronicity.
And now they learn about things. Wouldn't that be great? Love you.
So I think that's all you need to know about the Hopkinsville Goblins case. Happy birthday again,
Happy
Christopher.
birthday.
We love you so much.
You're a little grown boy.
We'll see you next week for something strange.
Thanks for listening.
This podcast is for weirdos.
Are you a weirdo?
Thursdays are for the phenomena.